And good morning from Bratislava, guys, Slovakia. Pretty interesting day lined up. So we're going to meet up with a local guy, and he's going to give us a tour of all the Soviet stuff here in the city. Going to drive us around in an old 80s Skoda, I believe, as well. So that should be really good. Pretty cold today, it's about -1 degrees. Bit sort of grey and gloomy, but that's going to add to the atmosphere as well. So really looking forward to today. So just going to go meet up with the boys just now and grab a coffee, and then going to meet up with our man soon after that. So down in the sort of old town area now, really nice European vibe around here. Lots of lovely architecture and buildings and restaurants busy with people, cafes, really nice. So I've just came across this, wee touch of home. Quite an interesting city. Sort of centre feels very European, and then you head outside and you've got a lot of sort of communist style, Soviet style housing blocks and estates, stuff like that. So it's, there's a nice mix of both sides of Europe between west and east. Morning.
Welcome
Connor.
Bratislava.
Thank you.
Slovakia. How are you today? Good. Them bread and salt. But it's very boring. So I brought you like a typical spirit from Slovakia, and because it's very cold and the first step will be a little bit longer, I will give it to you now. So
Perfect.
I have two options. One is a wine distillate from Slovakia. It's from our region Tokaj, and the other one is Slivovica. That's from plums.
Okay.
All right, so you can try both if you want to, and here you are. Enjoy, guys. This one is like a premium.
That's right.
No.
So the apartment block just behind me there, that was the first sort of Soviet style apartment block built in Bratislava in the 1950s. It took them 3 months to build it from start to finish, and 63 apartments in there, 70 square metres per apartment, and apparently today it's around £230,000 just to buy one of them, so crazy prices. So we've got here once the most famous beer brewery in the whole of Czechoslovakia. They were bigger than Pilsner or Urquell, Czech Budweiser, and it was owned by a Jewish family. The beer was called Stein, and up when the Second World War started they lost it, so it went back to the government. Apparently they used to win awards in Paris and London for how good the beer was. So that is the radio house here in Bratislava. The architect who designed it was heavily inspired by Manhattan, and he lied when he was building it. He says there was not enough space at the bottom, so that's why it's in a inverted pyramid. That was his idea, to build it like that. He also lied about the time it would take to make. He said it would be a few years, and it ended up taking 14 years to complete. You can see it behind me.
So on the top of
So we're at a mass grave up here. There's a battle here in the city in April 1945, and on the Soviet side 7,000 soldiers were killed and buried up here. A lot of big political figures come here for when they come to visit the city. Putin, he's visited twice. He actually was here with Bush 2005, I believe, and they met and they laid flowers up behind me in respect of the soldiers that had died.
gates, and on the way back we can go a little bit more through the neighborhood. I want to take you to the bunker. As an employee, the factory was called Matador, and chimney will go down in a couple of years because they are planning to build a new neighborhood there. Cars. So it was like a peak of engineering of Czechoslovakia. Now Tatra only produces the trucks.
So at the Iron Curtain just now, this was a border that ran from the right at the top of Norway all the way down through Europe, and it was the separation between West and East of Europe. A lot of deaths and stuff here. People trying to cross were shot. There was wild dogs trained to scout up and down the line and attack anyone trying to cross. A lot of guards as well died here. Thousands of guards from stepping in landmines, electrocution and suicide actually. So there is actually a picture of Adolf Hitler standing just here, which I will try and find online and put on the screen. I was hearing a wee story there, a few stories about guards who were in the observation posts, and they would drink and fall asleep and die in their sleep due to the freezing temperatures. So on one side of the road here you've got Slovakia, and then the other side is actually Austria. So just finished the tour. What a brilliant day, looking into some of the Soviet history of Czechoslovakia. Tour guide was absolutely brilliant. Didn't really film too much of what he was saying and stuff because that would kind of defeat the purpose of the tour. But I will leave a link in the description if you would like to book onto it. If you're ever in Bratislava, really recommend it. So, good day, lots of history and stuff, and a good insight into how life used to be here. So cheers for watching, guys.